Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 1st of September and it is the first day of Magical Readathon, and I'm so happy because I missed the spring semester and I missed reading and I missed the community of the Magical Readathon, and I just decided to come back and try my best. September will be busy for me. I will be working, I think, almost every day. There will be long hours and I'm starting to commute to work with bus instead of a car, so not that much free time. However, I will try to read on my bus, and there will be some days that I will be able to read before work because I will be in the city at least an hour before I have to start work. So I will find time for reading. And at the moment we are in the first sprint with the host of the readathon. You can see we still have 30 minutes to read, and to be honest, I still haven't started reading today and it's already 5:30 and the day just ran away from me. However, I'm sitting here with my book. I already started it, I think, a week ago, but there are some rules in this readathon and I won't give justice if I try to explain you all the intricacies of this readathon, so better that you just watch the videos from G on Book Roast. She is the creator of this whole universe, but we can buy a scroll that lets us read a book or count a book to our reading goal for the readathon, even though if that we started that book before. But that book has to fit the prompt, and this book will fit one of the prompts that I have to read for this readathon, and it will be for demonology, and I have to read a fantasy, so this one fits perfectly. And my character for this readathon is Hecate. She is studying demonology, so yeah, that book will be for her main subject of her studies, so I have to read this one. So that is the small update, the small intro and I think now I will just try to read as much as possible, and fingers crossed that this readathon will go the way that I would like for it to go. Hello, it's Tuesday and it's late evening. It's already 7 o'clock and I'm back from work. I read quite a bit. I'm jumping straight into the updates. Yeah, I read quite a bit yesterday on the sprints and quite a lot of book today to and back from work on the bus. So now I'm on the page 340 and it's not that much left for me to read, so hopefully I can finish it today. So that would be great. It would be for demonology, read a fantasy. So fingers crossed I will finish that today. And today at work we've got some new books, some new English books, and of course I couldn't resist a few of those. So I will show you those that I picked this time, and it's a small haul. So firstly we have Little Stranger by Lee Rivers. This one, as far as I know, is a very dark romance. I never read a dark romance before, so it will be my first try. I don't know if I am starting at a bad place, but I never read books like Haunting Adeline or something like that, even though I know about those, but I just decided to start here and give this one a chance. And in this one we have She betrayed him, and now he wants revenge against the sister who became his forbidden obsession the second he laid eyes on her. After she sends him to prison for years, he's free and ready to haunt her. Everything about Olivia belongs to Malachi Wise. Her mind, her body, her soul, her fear, her pain. On Halloween night he can no longer lurk in the shadows. All he has left to own is her heart, even if he needs to take it. So I think it once again will be a Stockholm Syndrome book, but nonetheless I want to try it. I saw some reviews on TikTok, so I was intrigued. The only thing that I thought that it will be a little bit thicker, but it's quite short. It's only 200 and something pages, so it's possible to actually read this one in one day. And it's a first in a series. As far as I know, it will be a duology, The Web of Silent Duet. So I think it will be the duology. We will see, but nonetheless I have this one. Then I chose this one. Actually the next two books I mainly chose because of the covers. Look at how pretty they are. So cozy looking, and this description of this book is very vague. The only thing I know from the description is that it will be a sapphic romance and it will have some magic in it. So definitely a autumny book. And then we have this one. Also very pretty cover, and I'm just crossing all my fingers that I will like these books because I want to have them on my bookshelves. Just look how amazing they look. And in this one we have Kiela. Has always had trouble dealing with people, and is as librarian at the great library of Elysium, she hasn't had to. She and her assistant Kaz, a sentient spider plant, have spent the last 11 years sequestered among the Empire's precious spellbooks. But when the library goes up in flames, Kiela and Kaz have to flee to the faraway island where she grew up. To Kiela's dismay, in addition to a nosy and very handsome neighbor, she finds the Empire has been draining power from the island. Kiela is determined to make things right, but opening up her own secret spell shop comes with its own risk. The consequence of sharing magic with others is death, and as Kiela starts to make a place for herself, she realizes she must break down the walls she has kept so high. Sounds interesting, sounds cozy, and I'm just hoping that I will like it, because usually I'm not that keen on cozy books, but I just wanted to have them. The real readers will understand me, I think. So I think that's it for now, and I will just go and try to read a little bit more of that book that I'm currently reading. And next, when I finish that one, I think I will just buy a scroll and change one of my TBR books with this one, because I want to read this book next. That's the plan for now. Morning, it's Tuesday and it is 10 o'clock. Soon I will be driving to work, but for now I'm just sitting with my reading journals and my new books, and I'm just having a blast. The best way to relax for me is just be surrounded by books and do all this stuff. And I'm just trying to fix my TBR for Magical Readathon because I've got new books yesterday, and now I want to read those instead of the ones I chose originally for this month. So there will be some changes. Oh, I would like to show you my spread for this month because I'm very happy with it. It looks like that. I'm not a very creative person. I would like to draw, but I'm not yet at that place. I bought some lessons, drawing lessons, and I would like to learn drawing, but I just need to find some time to go through those lessons, and I think I will try to do that in October when the readathon will be done. So for now I'm just using a lot of stickers, a lot of beautiful paper, just to make it a little bit more pretty. So that one, that's my TBR that is changing a lot. I used in the background, and I know that a lot of you will throw stones at me for that, but I had some books I didn't like. Those were arcs I've got at work, and we have the rule that if we can't give those away, we can't sell those. So what will I do with the books that I don't like? So I decided to just reuse it, and instead of throwing away, I will just use paper just as decoration in the background. So I think that will be fine. And then this one, there is where I color in the day that I read. If I didn't read, then maybe I will just color it black, or just don't color at all. There is the tracking of my guild points, how many I get, how many I spend, because I already spent 25 points to buy new scrolls. And with scrolls, what I mean is that let me see, I bought one scroll, and it was, I will just show you. So like you can see, if you can see at all, that's better. I bought the Scroll of Continuity, and I started reading a Throne of Glass series 1 week before the readathon, and I just wanted to finish that book instead of putting that away and trying to read another fantasy. So I just exchanged the book that I originally planned, and now I will buy this one, Scroll of Replacement, because like I said yesterday, I bought some books that I would like to read. So I bought a lot of books yesterday. These three I showed you already, and I really want to read those. I don't know, I feel like I'm in the mood for something cozy or something very dark. So I just wanted to read those, and I know that if I pushed myself to read, for example, this one, because I'm now I will exchange this one to the Little Strangers. I know I will get into a reading slump because at the moment I have no desire to reading this book. And that book was actually, Bad Angels was actually for the demonology prompt. Q, Carrot Demon of Chaos, use a random generator for your TBR book. So nonetheless, it's just fitting. It will be, I will just change that number that I've got to the number 1 because I want to read this one. And I read first sentence yesterday before bed. For the triggers, I'm feeling that I will be shocked with this book because it's my first dark romance, so I don't know how it will go. However, my sister loves dark romances, so I'm just thinking that if I don't like it, and I have a feeling that it won't be for me, but nonetheless I want to try it. But if I don't like it, I just give this book to her, so that's not a problem. But long story short, I just bought a scroll and I want to change it. Now I'm just trying to fix my reading journal and just be on track where I am. And yesterday I finished reading this one, so one part of my main subject, demonology, is done. I read my first book for the readathon and I'm very happy. I really enjoyed it. To be honest, I went in the series very cautious. I was a little bit afraid to start it because I read the collection of novels before starting the series and those were boring for me, so I just was so afraid to start the series. And I have all box set, my husband gifted that one for me, and I was just so afraid to not like it, but seems like it will be fine. I really enjoyed this series and I wish she was with Dorian. At the moment I don't see that much connection between her and Kale, but it seems like now they will be maybe in the relationship. I don't know, I'm just feel sorry for Dorian at the moment. I don't know what will happen in the next series, but we will see. Hopefully everything turns out fine and I will start liking Kale more. I like him, but I don't like him as a love interest because I just don't see the chemistry at the moment. So with that is done, just need to fill my journal at the moment. And yeah, soon I will go and just take a bite because I will be trying to work soon. It's raining outside, so I think I won't be able to read outside waiting for bus. Yesterday was a very fine day. It was sunny and it was warm, so I read on the way to the bus stop, then at the bus stop, and then at the bus, so that helped me to just finally finish reading this book. I don't know how it will turn today. Hopefully I can, not hopefully, but I will read in the bus at least. That is the update for now. So I will just go and try to fill my reading journal and go and have some coffee before work and just have a nice day. I'm manifesting a nice day because the few last months, weeks, I know what's happening, but it's a very stressful situation in all places of my life, so I'm just trying to hold myself. And yeah, today it must be a good day. I'm just manifesting, crossing my fingers. So that's the update for now. I don't know if we will see each other in the evening. I will just try to maybe jump in and do a small update after work because I am working in the evening, and because I'm taking a bus it takes me a little bit longer to come home, so I will be home maybe only around 9 o'clock in the evening. And of course then I have to give some time to my boy before he goes to sleep, just say hi and so on, maybe take a shower. There will be a lot, so maybe around 10 o'clock I will just jump in and do a small update if I read or didn't read a book. So yeah, that will be I have a feeling that this week vlog will be quite short, but we will see. So that's it for now. evening. It is Wednesday already and it's almost 8 o'clock in the evening, and I'm just now have a little bit of time to update you on my reading. I was at work all day and came back home and had dinner, played a little bit with my son because I haven't seen him yesterday, because when he went to school I was still sleeping. When I came back home from work he was already sleeping, so I haven't seen him yesterday. So today it was my time with him a little bit. We just played some games and so on. So only now I have, like I said, time to update you. And I'm reading this one. I'm on the page 156, so I'm close to the ending of this book. It will be for the demonology, and this book is dark. How can I describe it to you? It's definitely a dark romance, but to the point where you read this book as if you watch a adult movie, because there's adult scenes from the first few pages and it's only getting more and more and more in each and every single page. There's a lot of those scenes in this book, and there's a lot of not so typical lovey stuff. I'm just not trying to spoil you. However, I told my husband after reading few scenes, it feels like I need holy water to just wash out my eyes. I'm not cringing, I am not disgusted, it's not my thing, I think, but however I still interested enough to read it and to finish this book, and I think I will read a second book in this series. I think I'm just more interested to see how much, or to which point human imagination can go, where it stops, or is there a point to stop, how much you can imagine things to happen. Almost as if I'm making a research with this book to see how human mind works. I like it. If I recommend it, I don't know. I think not, at least not for everybody. That's my thoughts about this book, at least for now. And now I think I will go and finish doing late dinner for my son, read a little bit of my book before my son's bedtime, and then I will try to finish this book maybe today. If not today, so definitely tomorrow morning, because I will be working in the afternoon tomorrow, so I will have all morning to finish this book and choose something else to read. Hello, it's actually Saturday already, and this week went just, I don't know how to describe it. It definitely wasn't planned the way it went, because on Thursday I ended up in the hospital. I was on hospital on Thursday and Friday, and only in the evening yesterday I was allowed to go home. I had some problems with my stomach, so I had to have a gastroscopy, the very uncomfortable procedure. However, everything seems fine. There are some minor problems that I can fix, but nonetheless it was scary to say the least. So that's why I haven't vlogged. However, in all this chaos I still managed to finish a book and start and finish one and start the third one. So I finished finally reading this one, The Little Strangers by Lee Rivers, and I gave this one 4 stars. It's definitely a different book from all others that I have ever read. It's definitely very dark and not for everyone. There's a lot of triggering things, so if you have a weak stomach, if you have a lot of angst, a lot of fears, and you have some trauma from things that are in this book, so I would stay clear from this book. And it's definitely some points of the book is just mind-blowing. How can a human can come up with such a things to do? But nonetheless, I gave it 4 stars. I was interested enough to finish it, and I think I will try to read the second book in the series. I can't say I'm happy for the ending, because it's definitely not your normal ending. However, for those characters, I'm happy the way it ended, and I don't know if I need a second book. I'm happy at the place we are now, but maybe I will try to read this one, and I think I will now give this book to my sister. We will see. I want to keep it myself as well, so maybe I'll just buy another one for her, but I think she will appreciate this book. She likes dark romances. And then I wanted something completely different from this one, so I chose to read Milk and Honey by Rupi Kaur. And I'm not a poetry person. I usually don't like poetry, but I heard a lot of good things about this one. It is a feminist thoughts in poetry form, and I read it in one day, and I gave it 3 stars just because there was some parts I didn't connect with. There were some parts that I really enjoyed reading, but like I said, because I'm not a poetry girl, I usually don't read between the lines. Maybe I just didn't understand this book completely, but it was okay for me. I read it, I've done with it, and I think now it can just be gifted to someone else, someone who will appreciate this book a little bit more than I did. And then I started reading this one. It is a Norwegian edition. It is by Nora Roberts, and in Norwegian it is Hans Ville Hjerte, and original title of this one, I think it is Song of the West. And we have 2 sisters. One of them had a very traumatic birth, and she now needs some help to just get back on her feet, so her sister is taking care of her. And that sister, Samantha, I think she is a single lady, and after she is done caring for her sister, after the sister is feeling fine, now she's contemplating if she wants to go back to Philadelphia. I think she lives in Philadelphia, or she wants to stay in Wyoming. And also there is a very handsome neighbor, a cowboy, a brooding cowboy, and now she tries to understand what she's feeling for him as well. And yeah, I think it will be just a typical Nora Roberts romance, but I read a few of her romances before and I quite like those, so I think I will like this one as well. And I already read 48 pages. It's quite easy to follow the story. It's quite easy book, so this will be my read at the moment. And by reading those 2 books, I actually finished one of my subjects, the demonology. This one was to read a random book on your TBR, and I chose this one. Actually, originally it was another book, but I bought a scroll that I can't change because I really wanted to read this one, so I read this one. And this one was to read a book that is on a brink of being unhauled, so that is the book. And now I'm done with demonology, so I still have 2 or 3 subjects to finish, so this will help a lot. And for one of the subjects I have to start a book with a drink, and for those I'm contemplating between 4 books to read. But first I think I will just read the books that I want to read and I already have planned, and that will be the last subject for me. So when I will come to that subject of starting a book with a drink, I'm thinking between reading by Lucinda Riley book, and it is originally The Hidden Girl. I have Norwegian edition. It is an ARC copy, so I'm thinking about maybe reading this. It's quite big, but I love Lucinda Riley writing, and it is the last book, and I would like to read this one. Also, I was quite interested, seems like, in Throne of Glass, and now I would like to continue reading the series, so I have the second book in the series, so maybe I will just continue reading the series with this one, or I would like to maybe start reading one of these two that I bought recently. They are such beautiful books, both of them. Definitely cozy autumny vibes from both of those. So yeah, I have 4 books to choose from, and I won't do that at least now. At least I have some choices, and now I think I'll just do some journaling, junk journaling. I want to write about my experiences from Thursday and Friday, and it helps me with my anxiety to just calm me. So I think I will just do that. And also I've got a new ARC at my work. It is Slangens Brorskap. It's a Norwegian book, and it is a ARC as well, but it's very pretty. Look how pretty are the illustrations. I'm just a little bit afraid that it might be IE generated. It looks like it is IE generated, and I'm just hoping that it is not, that it is done by a real illustrator, because it would be shame if it was got by IE generator, because like we all know, IE is just stealing work from real illustrators. So let me just try to find out if this has an illustrator. There's nothing about it being illustrated by someone. Yeah, unfortunately illustrations are made by IE, so unfortunately we have what we have, and I hope that it will be addressed some way and someday and some way, because it's a little bit sad. It's beautiful illustrations, but it's not real illustrations. So that's that. And would you like to say something? I have a guest.
Hello.
Hello. Are you a little bit tired?
Yes,
A little bit tired. Yeah, he was trying to clean a logo from Daddy's car. But yeah, that's, I think, will be update for now, and I'll just, I think, go and try to do some journaling. Hello, it's Sunday and it's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon already. We had a busy morning. We did some chores, tidied a little bit around the house, and so on and so on, and the day is just running away from me once again. The weekend is almost over, unfortunately. However, I read yesterday quite a bit of this romance, and I'm on the page 151, and I have a feeling that I can finish this book because I have only 100 pages left to read, and it's very easy book to read. It has a huge font, so it's going great. However, I'm not that interested in this book. The romance between Sam and Jake, or Samantha and Jake, are a little bit forced. It feels like Samantha is already in love with him, and they met maybe only a few times. Yes, they are now forced to stay a few days together because of a snowstorm, and she says that she's already in love with him. However, he didn't do that much for her, and I don't see the connection between them. I don't like Jake that much. He feels very alpha male. he likes to make decisions for her. She says that she's very strong, she has a strong character, but I can't see that in this book. So I'm a little bit disappointed with the story. I liked Nora Roberts' other books more than this one. So at least for now, it's just around 2 stars. I will finish it. Even though I know already how it will end, but it won't be more than 3 stars. I think more 2 stars than 3 stars. So a little bit disappointing. However, we have what we have, and will be just glad to be done with this book, and I think then I will unhaul it after that. But that is the update for reading. So now I think I will just go and do some dinner, and after dinner I will just sit down and read, because it feels like today everyone needs me. I'm just trying to find a little bit of time for reading, but there's just no time, at least for now. But after the dinner, I think I will just go and lay in the bath a little bit and try read. And also I would like to just start editing, because tomorrow I would like to upload the first week of readathon, and tomorrow I would like to start the next week of vlogging. So that's the plan for today. Do some editing and try read and finish this book. So I'm trying to read this one, and my mind is just wandering. I just catching myself thinking about other things while trying to read this one, and I want to go to bed to sleep reading this one, so it's definitely boring. Did you made a new haircut? Would you like to show?
Yeah. Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So I still will try to finish reading this one, but the more I read it, the more our main character Jake is getting on my nerves, as well as Samantha. They both deserve each other, I think, at this point. And now I'm doubting that I will finish this book today, because, like I said, I don't know what's happening today, but it seems like everyone needs me. I just try to sit down and start reading a book, and suddenly there's something else I need to do. So I think maybe that will be the last update for today, because I just want to at least finish this week's vlog, and then I will just try to find more time to reading. And I think this week was actually very good reading wise. even though I was in a hospital for 2 days, but I still managed to finish reading Throne of Glass. I started and finished reading Little Stranger and Milk and Honey, and I also started reading this one, and I'm more than halfway through, and I'm on the page 170, so it's around 70 page left for me to read, so it's possible that I can finish this book this week, so that's amazing, I think. And hopefully next week will be just as good reading wise, so hopefully I won't end up in the hospital again. I'm joking, but like I said, hopefully I won't get into a reading slump. And yeah, I think for now that will be it. So thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment if you like, subscribe if you like what you see, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.